What's going on, guys? Chad here with Greenlight Shooting. Welcome back to another video, and man, I'm extremely excited about this video, but I've also got some bad news about this video. So I'm gonna start this off by saying this is my second time filming this video, and the first time was fantastic, man. It's an unboxing video. I had a whole bunch of excitement. You got to see my actual first reactions when seeing these items, and let's just say don't buy a SanDisk SSD, man. That thing failed on us. I lost so much footage, and unfortunately this was part of that footage. So here we are. We're gonna film it again. I'm not going to try to pretend and fake like this is my first time seeing these things, and I just think that'll come across corny. So know that I have seen this before. I know what's in this box, but also know that my first time unboxing this, I was ecstatic. I was super stoked on what was in here. So let's back up a little bit and talk about what this box is. This box is by a company called Crate Club. So if you're familiar with like subscription boxes that come to your house once a month or whatever, and you get certain things in that, that's sort of these guys' model. You can either buy one of them or you can do it quarterly, so they can send out 4 a year. And basically they're loaded up with stuff that we like. Your EDC items, your survival, your tactical items, and even better, these items are picked out, they're hand selected by a group of really highly trained professionals. We've got Navy SEALs on the team. It said there's a British SAS, there's Marine Corps, I think there's 2 SEALs. So there's a lot of like Spec Ops guys that really know their stuff, and they are hand selecting these items. Now there are 3 tiers of boxes in terms of budget. So there's the Lieutenant, which is like 50 bucks for the box, or if you sign up for the whole year and you get 4 of them, it's 180. If you go with the Captain box, it's $100 for the box, or it's 360 if you go with the year of boxes. And then finally is the General. And the General is $400 for that one box, or $1,400 if you go annually. Now, that's dope that they offer 3 different ranges according to your budget and according to like how deep you are into this stuff. Now, you know, obviously I had to go General. I had to see all of it, man. I had to get the goods, and they absolutely delivered. So you can read a little bit more about those different tiers if you're interested in terms of what they come with, but the General is what you're gonna see here today. So let's just get straight into it. I'm gonna pull out the first item. And here it is, man. So this is a Whoopi. This thing is, as you can see, kind of a dope dark forest camo vibe. Now this thing is obviously meant to be super portable, but you pop this open and we've got ourselves an extremely nice quality sort of blanket, outdoor blanket, if you will. So yeah, the poncho liner, AKA the Whoopi, has been the comfort blanket of military men and women for decades. They took that same blanket, added a zipper to easily convert this thing into a sleeping bag. So it's super lightweight. You're talking under 2 pounds for this whole thing. It is made 100% polyester ripstop on the outside and 100% polyester batten on the inside. It feels like something that's gonna, you know, wick moisture off really well, and just a fantastic overall outdoor blanket setup. Next up in the box of goodies, we've got a Leatherman, and not just any Leatherman. I was so stoked to see this thing the first time I opened it up. Boom, just look how cool that looks right out the gate. This thing comes in a holster all ready to go, and you're looking at it like, what is this thing? You pull it out and you're still not sure what this thing is, and then boom, we have got some extremely high quality shears. You know, these things come in tons of handy, obviously for medical uses, but across the board, you've got tons of uses for this thing. Additionally, it does have this little like seatbelt cutter, ring cutter, that kind of thing. So if you're in a pinch, that thing will absolutely come in handy. As with everything Leatherman, you can tell that this thing is made extremely well. It feels durable. It feels like it can stand up to, you know, wearing it every day, being out in the wilderness, whatever it is, using it on the job. And yeah, man, this thing is sick. It's also got a little window punch on the end here. I love how it folds up. I love how it goes in this little holster. So just reading the specs here, these things are made in the USA. They are 420 HC stainless steel folding shears, strap cutter, ring cutter, ruler. So once again, the Leatherman Raptor rescue shears. Super stoked on these things. Next up, man, oh man. Like, I mean, thinking back on it, this is probably the thing I was the most excited to see in here. So this is obviously Halfbreed blades. You know you've got a knife in here. You don't know what you're getting into quite yet. Pop that open. The packaging is beautiful. What's this up on top? Okay, you've got sort of a little welcome message here, and Boom. So this is the Halfbreed Blades CCK05. I mean, just look at it. So I gotta tell you why I was so stoked on this thing. I've been reading these books, you know, like The Terminal List, Savage Son, these things that are written by Jack Carr. He's a former Navy SEAL, if you guys know any of those books. And I've become a big fan of him and those books. So I went down a little rabbit hole. I watched some videos with him, and he was talking about his EDC. And at one point he pulls out, you know, his pocket knife, and he's like, this is my knife I use to, you know, open up boxes and things like that. And then he opens up, he's like, and then this is my fighting knife. He's like, you don't open boxes, you don't open anything like that. This is purely for fighting. And listen, man, I'm not a Navy SEAL. I don't see myself ever needing a fighting knife, but my goodness, did I want one after watching that video with Jack Carr. So that's why I was really so stoked on this thing. To give you a little bit of specs here, this is the Compact Clearance Knife is what CCK stands for. It is a fixed blade. Blade steel is K110D2, 5960 HRC. I don't know what that means, but you know, you blade aficionados I'm sure do. We've got a plain polished edge, Teflon coated finish, spear point style, 2.95 inches. The thickness is 0.23 inches. Handle material is G10. Handle thickness is 0.78 inches. Overall length, 6.69 inches. Open up this box, and underneath where the knife was sitting, you've got those sheaths right here. So this is the sheath right here. Boom, you can feel you get a positive click. That thing is absolutely not coming out unless it is meant to. It feels good, it feels solid, it feels safe. And then additionally, you do have a little belt clip as well to throw that sheath onto. So I can't tell you how stoked I was to see this in this box. I know these things aren't cheap. I know they're high quality. And yeah, man. So big fan of Halfbreed Blades CCK05. All right, next up in the box, we've got the Speed Vault. This one is the SV500. This thing mounts like under a desk or something like that, kind of on a corner wall. It's got a little keypad, pop that open. You can also access with a key. And as you can see, obviously you've got easy access to a handgun. What's nice about it is the foam cutout. It does accept firearms with like a light on them and things like that, which is something that I really do prefer. Multiple mounting options. It is made of 18 gauge steel. There is a backup override key if you need it. It's got a foam liner inside. It's got audio LED low battery warning, interior courtesy light, a tamper indicator, computer black access after repeated invalid entries. Exterior dimensions, you're looking at 13 inches by 3.5 by 6.5 inches. Interior, you're at 8.5 by 2.6 by 5.75 inches. And you're just under 7 pounds for this thing. So really cool setup. Obviously a lot of reasons, you know, keep it out of the hands of kids and you know, just people who shouldn't have access to your firearm, keeping that thing locked up, peace of mind, all that. But also you want to be able to access this thing quick if you need it. So it's got that quick keypad, pop that open, access to your gun, you're good to go. So really dope. Next up, we've got a big boy. Here it is. We've got a Kong case. Now, I love, this thing's dope, man. I'm a big fan of this Kong case already off the bat after only using this thing for a little bit. It says built bold, durable, waterproof, protective case. This thing is serious, man. I like how deep it is. That is the biggest thing that I'm seeing out of this case that I love already. We've got 2 latches on the side. Pop those open, and then on the inside we've got a few different cases of foam, and those foam, they've got the perforated squares basically. So you cut these out to whatever dimensions you want, keep whatever you need in here, keep your, you know, maybe your firearm, keep your binoculars, if you're a camera guy, keep cameras, lenses, just whatever it is that you don't want to be worried about basically. Professionals all over the world have used this combination for everything from firearms and gear to glassware, but typically these cases are very expensive and only available in boring colors. Enter the Kong case. Kong case has the same durability and function of the expensive brands and comes in a multitude of color combinations. Outside, we're looking at a 12 by 10 by 8 inches. Inside, we're looking at 9.25 by 7.28 by 7.32 inches. This has a dust and water protection level of IP67. Shock resistance is IK08. That little spec sheet says that one of the big claims to fame here with these guys is that they keep these affordable, and they really do. I looked at them MSRP on them on Amazon and things like that. You can look it up for yourself, but they're very, very affordable compared to other competitors. And the thing feels robust, it feels strong. I would certainly trust, you know, like binoculars, scopes, handguns, whatever in here with no questions at all. All right, we've got a couple little things left in here. We've got an Uplula pistol mag loader. This thing's so dope, man. Like, this is one of those things that, I don't know, like, you don't really think about, I guess, but when you have one, it makes all the difference in the world. You slide this over a mag, squeeze, push down, put a round in. Squeeze, push down, put a round in. No more like pushing your thumb on, getting cut up on your thumb, having the difficulty getting the last couple rounds in a stiff magazine. Yeah, huge fan, like genuine huge fan of this thing. I love it. It's been in my range bag since the first time I unloaded this, and I can't tell you how many times I've used it already, even just since then. And this was a new one for me the first time I opened this. I've never seen this. It's pretty dope. So this is a single pistol mount made by Madhouse Designs. Just a way to keep your firearms a little bit more organized. So imagine this rail, mount this anywhere you want, on a wall, in a safe, whatever. Next, this piece here slides onto that rail. And then finally, this little rod screws into that piece. You can adjust the angle, and then that'll hold your firearm. And like I said, keep it very organized, keep it safe, out of the way of people, put it in your safe, whatever it is. Just gives you a little bit more organization and functionality out of your firearm, so they're not all just kind of stacked on each other, sitting in the same spot, whatever. This thing will accommodate 22 to 45 caliber pistols. You've got 7 different positions with 30-degree increments that you can lock them out at, and that mounting rail is made of 6061 aluminum, and they have a mil-spec Picatinny rail profile, which provides an extremely secure mount. These are all made in the USA. They are all metal CNC machine components for strength and durability. So there are 4 different pin sizes available. You've got a 22 cal, a 9 mil, a 40, and a 45 cal. And last thing in here, we've got some Spartan Fire multi-use EDC tinder. Again, this is something new to me. I didn't know anything about this, but the more I look at these things, the kind of the more excited I am about them. So, you know, you take like one, you throw it in your wallet or something like that, just somewhere where you're always gonna have this with you. And the idea is scrape it, spark it, reuse it. Everyday carry, foldable, waterproof tinder, and blade care. So these are reusable, multiple fires per tinder. Special wax protects the knife blades. No odors, oils, and non-toxic, never expires. 12 fires in each of these packs. 100% waterproof and wind resistant. Keep them in your wallet, keep them in your purse. Great for bug out bags and survival kits. Emergency repair patch. Trusted by NATO and adventurers worldwide. That's something that's really cool to have, man. I can certainly see those things coming in handy. Obviously, if you're an outdoorsman and you're going camping and whatever, and you need a fire, that's the obvious use for these. But you know, there's a bunch more. To me personally, I think, you know, we have a bunch of barbecues, a lot of cookouts, things like that, and we have a little fire pit. Every once in a while, we're trying to scrape together some dryer lint or Cheetos or something to light on fire, get that fire going. And you know, it always feels good to be somewhere and someone be struggling with maybe a package, and you pop out your Benchmade, have them cut that open. I think it's kind of the same thing with one of these. You know, you see a bunch of people struggling with some dryer lint, you're like, hold up, I got this. And you pull that out of your wallet and you're the hero. So I think that's pretty dope. I think there's so much dope stuff in this crate club that, like I said, I really think they delivered. So I don't know if I was supposed to do this, but I did a little research. I went online, I kind of looked up the MSRP of all the items I could find. And let's just say you're getting a good deal, man. I think we were like maybe $560 if I remember right, something like that in terms of MSRP, and then $400 is what you were paying for this. So you're obviously getting a good deal, but beyond the good deal, you're getting these items hand selected by guys who really know what they're doing. Like I said, SEALs and these special operations guys who you know, have put these things to the test, use them in the real world, and they're giving you a hand selected bunch of them, which basically makes your $400. Not only are you getting a good deal on them, but is really stretching that $400 to get you the best of the best that you can get for that price. So yeah, man, big shout out to Crate Club for sending this out. I think that this is an absolute home run. You don't have to go with the general, you know, maybe start out with some of the smaller ones, the lieutenant or the captain, work your way up. But I'm telling you, man, I absolutely felt that this lived up to that price point and couldn't be happier with the gear inside. So I hope you enjoyed this little unboxing. Again, I'm sorry it wasn't my initial reactions, but hopefully you got to share in the excitement a little bit with me. Anyways, don't buy a SanDisk. Just don't do it. Oh my gosh. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you want to check these guys out, there is a link down in the description below. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you were down for the ride, and I'll catch you next time on Greenlight Shooting. Peace out.